guys? Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are now going to talk about tools or commands that we can use to define the volumes in Revit MEP. Okay, so the first tool that we are going to learn is creating space, which is this one. So just a bit of a background about the space. So this is one of the tools that we use to define the volume in Revit MEP. In Revit, you use volumes in engineering data calculations, and volumes are defined using spaces. So the volume of a space defines an analytical building model, which you can use for building performance analysis and heating and cooling load calculations. Okay, so spaces store values for the parameters that affect the heating and cooling load of a project. Okay, so aside from that, spaces are components that are exclusively used in MEP disciplines to analyze volume. So spaces contain information about their location, such as the volumes, areas, names, and numbers. So in addition, spaces track lighting level calculations, electrical loads, and airflows. So you can use this information for performing volume calculations and heating and cooling loads analysis. So you can also export these values to various other analysis programs if your company has these other kinds of programs. Okay, so that is what we're going to learn in this video. We're going to learn how to use spaces, and then after that, on the next video, we're going to learn how to use zone. So these are the tools that we use to define the volume in Revit MEP. All right? But first, make sure when you select your link, and then after that, you go to the properties, go to the type properties. So make sure the room bounding here is checked. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so the reason why you are checking that is for you to be able to place your spaces properly, okay, in the area. So make sure you select that one and then check the room bounding. So as you can see from the definition here, it enables the geometry to define the boundary of a room. The extents of a room are defined by the room bounding elements around the room. Okay, so make sure you select your link model and then check the room bounding. Okay, so next, so we're not going to place all the spaces in this building. We're just going to place on one area. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is let's go to the section view. All right, so let's go to the general building section. Again, if you want to have this exercise file, so you can just put your email address on the comment section below, and then I'm just going to send you the exercise file so you can follow this video. All right, so you will notice here on our section, notice that our level 1 here to level 2 has no drop ceiling, right? From level 1 to level 2, there's no drop ceiling here, but an open plenum. But you will notice here, level 2 to level 3 and level 3 to level 4, okay, have ceilings that separate the plenum space from the occupied room, right? So there's a ceiling there that separate the plenum space from the occupied room. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a level here. Okay, so I'm going to create a level for the plenum here, the level for the plenum here. So how to do that? So I'm going to select the architecture, and then I'm going to select your level. So I click the level, and then after that, maybe using the pick lines. So I'm going to pick this. I'm going to specify an offset distance here of 1000. Okay, so I need to consider this plenum there, so I'll be able to place the space correctly. So there's the level, and then I want to create another level here. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to turn off the thin lines here so I can see the line there. Okay, so for this one, so maybe I'm going to align that. So I'm going to use the align. We select here to here. There you go. So it's now aligned there. All right. Okay. So I now have this level here. Let me just move these levels here. Okay. Now for this level that I created, I'm just going to name this level 2 plenum plan. Okay? Or level 2 plenum. So I'll just call this oops. Let's click this one, level 2 plenum. And then this one, level 3 plenum. Level 3 plenum. So we need to create these levels because we want to accurately place the spaces. So we need to consider those spaces there, the plenum space. Now, the level 2 and level 3 plenum is here. So there's the ceiling and then there's the floor plan, right? So what I'm gonna do is instead of placing the level 2 plenum and level 3 plenum under the architectural, so I'm just going to select level 2. So maybe I'm going to separate the properties and put it here. There you go. So I select the level 2 here and then I'm going to change the discipline. So instead of architectural, I'm gonna make that mechanical. There you go. So it's now there. So same with level 3 plenum. So I changed that to mechanical. There you go. Now I don't need this ceiling plans. These two ceiling plans, I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so let me just rename this. So I'll call this level 2 HVAC plenum plan. Okay, and then the other one, level 3 HVAC plenum plan. There you go. So if I open the level 2 plenum plan, so this is how it looks like. So level 3 plenum plan, so this is how it looks like. Alright? So we just need to adjust the view range later on. Now, after we create the levels for plenum spaces, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create spaces on existing level. Okay, so let me just open the level 1 HVAC plan. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into this area here. So let us go to the Analyze tab. So let's select the space. Okay, so select the space and here on the options bar, so there's the upper limit option here. So I'm going to change this to level 2. There you go. So from level 1 up to level 2. So I'm not going to put any offset here. So I'm just going to make that 0. Okay, and then I'm going to select place spaces automatically. Tag on placement. Okay, so make sure this is checked so that when we place our space, so there is a tag automatically placed. All right, so we are now ready from level 1 to level 2 with an offset height of 0 and then tag on placement. So let us now place it. So we're going to place that to these areas here. So here, click that. So I click here, here. There you go. There you go. All right. Okay, so I'm not going to place all spaces in the whole building, but I know you get the idea. So if you want to see the older version like 2018, 2017, 19, or 2020, so I also have videos on how to place spaces in those version. So you just need to go to my channel and then just search on my channel about the spaces or zones. Okay? So I'm just doing it on Revit 2021 so that every year I have different version so that in case there's a changes, you'll be able to see. the difference. Okay, so now after we place the spaces that we need, for example, for level 1, so let us go to level 2 HVAC plan. Okay, and then I'm going to select the space here. Click the space. Okay, so now for the upper limit, I'm going to select here level 2 plenum. So from level 2 HVAC plan up to level 2 HVAC plenum. Okay, so meaning to say I'm going to create a space from level 2 to level 2 plenum. Okay, so I'm going to open the level 2 HVAC plan. Then I'm going to select space, upper limit, level 2 plenum, and then the offset, again, it's 0. So I'll just make it 0, and then let us now place the spaces. So let's say here, there you go, there you go. Okay, so let us place these spaces here. There you go. And then I'll select here OK. Okay. Now, if I'm going to open here the space schedule, so there's the space schedule here. There's the space schedule. So you will notice here, so there is a room name and also a room number. Okay, so these room names and then this room number, so these are actually came from the link model, from the architectural model. So in architectural model, they already specify there the name of each rooms. Okay, so these are the names of those rooms and then the room number. So our goal here is we want to make sure that the name of our room is the same as the space here. So basically, we want to make this archive, washing room, cleaning, and then we also need to follow the number of the architectural room number. Okay, so we want to have the room name here the same, and then the room number here the same. So to do that, you can actually type it one by one. Okay, you can type it, you can type the number, you just need to follow. Or what you can do is you can go to the analyze, and then there's the space naming here. Okay, so there's the space naming tool. So if I'm going to select this, it will open up the space naming dialog box. So I'm going to make sure that I'm going to copy all the levels. So names and numbers of the architectural model. So Revit will automatically copy the architectural room name and then room number. So names and numbers and then the all levels. Okay, so I'll just select here OK and then see what will happen here. Okay, there you go. See, it's now the same. Because in lower version like Revit 2010, there's no feature like this in Revit. So you need to download separately the plugin. But good to know or good thing, Autodesk put the space naming feature in the software itself. So you don't need to download it separately. Because before, during the old days, so you need to download a separate plugin, space naming utility, for you to be able to do this. Okay? So they are now the same here. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add plenum spaces. Okay, so I'm going to add plenum spaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the general building section here. So let me just adjust this section boundary. Let me just adjust that one. Just like this. There you go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a legend. Okay, so I'm going to put a color fill legend. So this one. Okay, so color fill legends, I'm going to select that and then I'm going to place one here. There you go. And make sure this is spaces. I will be using schema 1. Okay. And there you go. Okay. So now what I want is I want to place also the spaces in my plenum. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to open my level 2 plenum. Okay? Let me open that level 2 HVAC plenum. Okay? And then after that, let us adjust first the view range so that we will be able to see those walls in this level here. So I'm going to adjust the view range. So let me go to the view range here. Okay, and then let's adjust it. Okay, so here for the cut plane, so instead of 1200, I'm just going to make it 500. Okay, and then I'm going to select here OK. There you go. So at least we are now able to see those walls. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to place the space here. Space. And then I will be placing space from level 2 plenum plan up to level 3. Okay? So level 2 plenum level up to level 3 with an offset distance of 0. So 0. Okay, and let us now place it. So let's say I'm going to place here, here, here. Okay, so for this one, we do not need to rename these spaces because these are plenum space. So I'll just leave it as it is. So I'll just leave it as plenum or space. So no need for me to rename this space because they are just space on the plenum. So if we go back to our general building section, so you will now see those spaces, right? So those are the plenum spaces. So it's there, right? So it's just a space. So the reason why we also need to place this space on the plenum so that we will be able to generate or we'll be able to accurately perform the heating and cooling load calculation because you need to consider also those plenum spaces. Okay, so that's the reason why we did that. Okay, so basically that's how you create your space. It's not that difficult. So you just need to consider all the levels for you to be able to accurately place it correctly. Okay, so there's our plenum. All right. Now, for the next topic, what we are going to discuss is creating zones. Okay, so that will gonna be the next topic that we are going to discuss. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, questions, just put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.